Yo, what is going on, everybody?
Hello.
It is Pixel Partners, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney when we left off.
We were wooey.
Yep, we've started the next official part of this case, the trial ladder, and then there's gonna be a whole nother one after this, but still, we're making progress, and we gotta fucking get this guy guilty of his shit.
He's 65? He doesn't look 65.
He's old as fuck. He's
like,
old.
he doesn't, I don't know. His beard looks like one of those, like a seashell, an upside down seashell.
Oh, God. And on that note,
I won't be able to unsee that
I'm gonna
now.
go ahead and make him the witness. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
Everything.
Yeah.
As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime.
Yeah.
I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse.
Yeah, Edgeworth knows what's up,
He
too.
would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Do it! While I fix my microphone. Hey there, buddy, while you play with your fucking... Stop with the goddamn pipe. You're not in your office. It's a really loud pipe organ. We can hear it all the way over here.
Yeah.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind... Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no.
remember?
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
He said,
Name and occupation.
he's just so done.
For real. Oh, shit. He didn't pause that long this time. So, you want to play hardball, eh?
Please, Mr. Gant.
Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief
Phoenix
Gant,
ain't playing either.
the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
He's dead serious.
Let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor?
Wow!
Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this.
Yeah.
Huh. Uh-oh. Son,
Ooh.
either you're very brave or very foolish.
Jesus. He's not being faltered, though. You see that?
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such action carries with it certain risks.
Because it'll cause suspicion.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
He said that really slowly, too. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony.
SL9 incident.
Oh, I wonder what you're gonna say. What's your story?
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Is that when Doc was arrested?
Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Oof.
Yeah.
When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head.
I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then better hit him hard and fast. Giggity?
Gross.
Alright, so what do I have that he missed it? So as I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Make a long story short, we slipped up, the powers didn't help.
Literally hit him hard and fast. Just walk up and punch him in the face.
Now, I don't know if I have any evidence, but I thought the power outage happened after he escaped. But I don't think I have anything about that in here. No, those are all the killings and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. All right, let me press him on that. All right, so the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it in the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life.
Sure.
Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went through his heart,
Oh my
though.
god.
That's not funny.
No. Wow.
Jesus, what a...
What a fuck.
Oh, and I must have found Lana there. I'll go and press him on that. Did you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene.
Yeah, what is that supposed to mean?
That she already set up the fake death. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. He had already been moved. So that means... you found the body near Lana's desk? That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor? Yes. Anyway,
Ugh,
as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
that's false.
Yes, but there's not much I can do
Yeah.
against him. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright.
He's like, come on, dude.
If you're going to stare at anything,
Stare at me.
you're better off staring at that court record. Worthy. Always a smooth talker.
Yeah, he is.
Which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Okay, so...
That was like Edgeworth's way of indirectly telling us to, hey, dude, check that out.
And it's on that last one that they really want us to push him on. But what do I have? They had nothing to do with the forgery, so... I mean, this was found in a safe, but... that's the best bet I have? I'm gonna go ahead and
We also
save.
don't have proof that it was in his safe. He'll be like, what? That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean,
Should I check?
Go ahead, but I think that's
Yeah.
what we have to do, because it's the only thing that ties him to it. Since we used the piece from the jar already, that's out of our evidence. The only thing that ties him to it is the cloth that was found in the safe.
You're supposed to present the jar to it.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with the forgery.
Well,
yeah.
it does say final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
You claim he had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself.
Oh, God.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's the blue badge that you showed us earlier.
A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Huh. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Holy shit, he's fucking...
Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this?
Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence.
That is true.
That does make us look bad.
Yeah.
Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know.
Oh.
Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
Oh.
However, Detective Gumshoe was
Yeah.
present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together.
I really hate this man.
So do I, don't we all?
God.
Prick.
He is. The way he just casually messes with his hair.
Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment? And a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered.
No.
They were found after Dark was convicted, and they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh, indeed, I believe I will press charges, as he won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Udgy. In return, though.
I know that place, right?
Huh? What is, guys? Telepathy?
What?
I'm just being a goofball.
Yes, you are.
Well, I know you could have planned that in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. I'm going to assume that's a very, key thing. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Wright.
No.
It all depends on when the evidence was discovered.
He's so scary.
If they were found after he was convicted, then they're worthless.
Just that fake-ass smile is just, ugh.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced.
You're right. You're like
It's
slowly.
a lot of complex words. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. Eh? The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Righto. Think about it.
That's just like, dude, Phoenix, come on.
There's no reason to participate in a forgery.
We gotta get this guy.
There's a crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
I like how we've kind of joined forces to try to take this bastard down.
For real.
Should I check it?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, because this, I hate this man.
It doesn't help to have 3 pages of fucking evidence.
If you press him on rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help him in any way?
Did I? Wait, where's that at? Hang on. Anyway, you can't do it. If I found out there's no reason I participate in forgery.
Yeah.
Alright, this. So, press it. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there's one large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
Ooh.
That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police.
Oh!
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief.
Yeah.
That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, God.
Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Gah! Be careful when pointing that finger. You might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit a forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Uh-oh. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I.
Oh, we know.
There, it's out in the open now. Haji, would you mind if I change my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
Okay, wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nah, that's a new one.
Yeah.
That has to be what I tied to, so nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl. Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
Jesus.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. It's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out?
Ooh. Ooh, let me. Oh.
Go ahead and check quick while I save. mean,
Choose point out accomplice.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like he would...
Yeah.
True. You might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Oh, we gotta point out Lana so that she can be the chief prosecutor.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, it appears you are positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I
We're
mean.
doing the opposite. We're trying to condemn him.
Very well, then. Who is this person you believe Gant may have helped forge
Fuck, I
evidence?
wanted to save it first, but I didn't get the time to do that because that's
Well, I mean,
all,
it's obvious.
That's all that makes sense.
It's
Lana
obvious.
Skye, so.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant?
Oh.
I believe it's quite obvious
Yeah.
in light of the circumstances.
Like I was saying.
Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office.
Yep.
The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant.
He's just fucking. Just.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He'll be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
Judge! Fuck!
Oh, wait! You must mean puppet, as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination.
Oh, fuck you.
Let me ask you something. What?
What?
Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana?
Yeah, Lana.
For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana,
No.
just keeping quiet to protect Emma.
Yeah.
There's no way she'd testify against Gant.
No.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
That means my
Unless-
Edgeworth's thinking over there.
That is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about
Yeah.
the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial,
Yeah.
almost as if someone has been controlling her. Yeah.
You okay there?
Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue.
Oh.
I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Yes, you would.
Just what do you mean? What
What
does
do you-
the anything in the world ever mean? I don't know.
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman.
Yep.
Not only that, But the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What?
Oh boy.
Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in your law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. That's impossible.
Oh shit, people are talking. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easy to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. Huh? There's no turning back for us now.
He's like, we gotta get him.
Looks like he's the one who decided to go through with
Yeah. Edgeworth is so fucking done.
this. Yeah.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of law, is involved in this murder?
Save.
Yeah. Edgeworth's
I mean,
like, dude,
We have
we
to.
can't back out now.
question.
Once you like point any kind of accusation, you have to just go for it.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man.
Uh-huh.
The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. All right then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
Where's it at? Boom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm confident.
It might be.
Calm,
Please,
cool, and collected.
please. Oh, wait.
Wait, but he's actually saying something about
This
it.
is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777777. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that that's my card number. It's your number.
He's like, it's your number. he just says,
What? How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits you don't mean.
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777.
yep.
The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
He's
Now
listening.
that's a face I like to see.
Right?
Haven't seen that one yet.
Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law.
Hey.
But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID
He's
card.
like, don't try to change the subject.
Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Oh.
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself.
Ooh.
On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
Well, what do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
No, it isn't, Your Honor.
He's like,
This
not
trial's
anymore.
purpose is to determine the truth.
He's just so fucking dumb.
If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime.
The proof that he met on the day of the crime? That's gonna be my guess.
Did you save?
I can't because it ticks me right into this, so
should
I
I-
can't
should I
save.
check
Go ahead
the-
and check.
Yeah, because this is
Goodman's
important.
note tells me a lot because Goodman wrote a note saying the day of the murder and the SL9 incident. You look amazed by something.
Wow.
I guess I'm wrong. Let me keep parting my floor plans. Photo, victim's shoe, the switchblade knife.
His lost item report.
Hair diamond can only be submitted. Oh, that's. Well, I guess
Yeah.
if I had read the things, that would have made sense.
Yeah.
Can only be submitted to the chief of police.
Yeah.
Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
Yeah.
So Detective Goodman filed out a
Filled.
lost item report.
Yes.
He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of that report, which means you can't be sure that if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then,
Oh.
you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But wait.
There's more.
I was kind of like that too. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Uggy. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record,
Yeah.
your card was only used once. Yet, you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
Yeah.
Whoa! Jesus, he just went Super Saiyan. What the fuck was that?
Chief Gant, you didn't tell me you were part of Dragon Ball.
I can go Super Saiyan whenever I want. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How do you manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was just a useless clue taking up space. What the fuck are you talking about?
I do. How could you want a body?
How could the chief move the body,
Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
to move the victim's body?
What's something that we haven't used that we have yet? Ever.
Oh, so it's gonna be his parking stub? No? The screwdriver? Okay, I'll run with it.
I don't know
This
why, but
is how he moved. Well, the reason why is because he called Edgeworth over to move the evidence.
yeah.
Because that's what the piece was. So that makes sense as the other one. Because
Yep.
he called Edgeworth over, so that his body could be stuffed in there. All right. This is how I moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here? It's here because...
Now he's processing it.
Fuck.
Yeah. He's like, that's why.
I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
He did it to get him out of the way, and now he realizes that.
Well, no, he did say he could get Edgeworth's car over there to move to the prosecutor's office.
Oh, yeah.
After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did. Because Chief Gant asked you to.
Yeah.
You mean The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Oh boy.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief.
Oh, sassy.
Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? Huh. There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
Yep.
Order. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office.
He's not. Edgeworth's not doing any rebuttals because he's like, yeah, get him.
Yeah. This was not a photo of the trunk the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something.
I believe your time's up.
What do you mean?
My time's up?
Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special.
He's trying to run.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
What? This is not a right to be casually invoked. There's certain risks to be considered, like suspicion.
So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police.
Yeah?
This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof.
Just in case?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Kent murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body?
Do I have any concrete proof? I mean, that's still there, but I don't know. Well, you know what? I guess we're gonna find out if I have the proof next time.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.